is Patriot Sports Radio. Patriot Sports Radio. Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports from the high school level to the pros, we're talking about it like the red-blooded Americans we are.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Let's do this. Here's Eric, John, Chris, and the coach.
Wake and rake, dude. You can't get the best numbers by sleeping in your bed, so we are up and at it, the earliest football live stream you'll ever find because we are just like you. On Sunday morning, it's time for one thing, and that's football. On this show, we run through injury reports and weather.
This is Patriot Sports Radio. Patriot Sports Radio.
Rock out. That's what we do here.
Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports from the high school level to the pros, we're
talking about it. 100%. That's why we're here, to run through injury reports, weather forecasts, help each other figure out who to start, what the hell to bet on for this glorious NFL Sunday. There's no time like the present. So let's get into it. Will, GameOn.locals.com, is joining us this morning. Angela is here. She's always the first one to ask what time Sunday morning. She's very into it. Chris is over there at the controls shoveling coal, so we're gonna have a show. Will, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
What are you doing up at this hour in the Pacific time zone?
You know, I got a 5-month-old, so there's no sleep. No sleep. 5:30, this is sleeping in.
Do it. Angela, are you rooting for the Detroit Lions as they take on the football Skins today? I
want them to win so bad. So I am today, definitely. I'm a Viking fan today, every day, but I'm also a Detroit fan today.
Oof.
Hopefully
you could be in for some real emotional damage
trying
to invest your heart in those two teams.
I know.
So what do we got for notable injuries today? Alvin Kamara, rib, take him out of your lineup. Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman has a quad injury that's downgraded him to out, which just popped up late in the week. I don't know. He had 130 some yards last week, and now he's out with a quad. Shaq, don't call me Darius, is also going to miss the game today. The Ravens, Ronnie Staley, lineman, out with an ankle. J.K. Dobbins might play, but I'm not starting him. Marlon Humphrey has a groin injury, but he's going to play through it. And I believe Marcus Peters has some kind of knee thing that he's also going to play through. Lions running back DeAndre Swift is questionable. Sounds like they're going to play him and be selective about his usage. They elevated running back Justin Jackson from the practice squad to the active roster earlier this week. So keep an eye on that. I'd be afraid to start DeAndre Swift, but where you drafted him, you kind of have to. Coach is joining us. Hey, Coach, good news for our trenches team. T. Higgins has progressed through the concussion protocol. Barring any setbacks, he will play today. So that's looking good.
Exciting.
How you doing?
Well, I'm here. This new platform, a little different. Took me a little bit, and I didn't get up on time. But I'm here.
Hey,
and that's half the battle.
Exactly.
So let's do some gambling before I go to church.
And that's why we love Coach around here.
I do really quick want to shout out Aaron Rodgers. I apologize, Aaron. Last week I did not put a jersey on. It showed in Minnesota. With Chicago coming down, I will not make that mistake again. So Acme Packer, let's fucking roll.
Good.
I like it.
Also, it's also Alumni Week. We got all the old Packers up here. So all kinds of good vibes in the building. The Buccaneers wide receiver Chris Godwin is out. A lot of key offensive starters missed practice Wednesday and Thursday. Fournette, Julio, Gage, and Brashad Perryman are all going to play. Falcons running back Damian Williams won't play today. He's got a rib injury as well. Rams wide receiver Van Jefferson is close to back, but not quite ready. And Leonard Floyd questionable with a knee. Sean McVay says that Van Jefferson, he's close. He's close to being back. I'm hearing Gabe Davis may or may not play, so keep an eye on that situation. That's not till Monday night, though. We'll get deeper into injury specifics as we run through the games, which we'll do. Where did literally everyone go? There they are. Okay. I was going to say, I mean, I could do it. Patriots at Giants. Neither Wan'Dale Robinson. Well, actually, Kadarius Toney is going to play today, but who knows how many snaps. He's in the doghouse. 79 and clear, 10-mile-an-hour winds. A little warm for football, but it'll cool off eventually. This game looks boring. It looks like it's going to be the one red zone forgets. Like we'll see one Saquon highlight out of this and maybe a couple Baker throws, and that's about all we'll hear about the Panthers at Giants. Colts and Jags. This one's interesting. The line moved last night, didn't it, Will, with the injury news coming out? Pittman out.
Some big money came in on Jacksonville plus 3.5 because now it's to plus 3. And then I was looking at the Miami Baltimore. That one came off of -3. It was -3.5 all week for the Ravens. Now it's -3.
Interesting.
Someone's liking some dogs.
They got Ronnie Staley out. The Dolphins have a bunch of players on the list, but they're mostly all probable. It looks like a Patriots injury report, what the Dolphins are doing this week. They're trying to confuse people. It's going to be warm down there. 77 and clear in Baltimore. God, we need to get this football weather in here. 77-degree football games. What are the game time temps down there in Oklahoma, Coach? You're muted, sir.
Learning. Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yep.
All right.
There you
New platform, new buttons.
Oh, he'll get it.
Yeah, I'll get it. No, it's going to be hot down here. It's this week. I think they said it's going to be 97, 95 all week. It's hot.
Oh,
little chance of precipitation. Everybody down here is waiting on fall to hit. It's just ridiculous hot still.
That's rough. It's going to be hot as shit down in Jacksonville, too. 50% chance of rain. So just humid. I mean, indoor team.
I was really curious to hear you guys. Was any team more surprising last week than Indianapolis there? The Colts. I thought that I was so disappointed in them last week. That was a team I was excited to see, and they just kind of laid an egg, I thought, last week, and I really don't know what to expect from them. I'm expecting huge things this year, but they're just not off to a great start. I was wondering your take on them, you guys, if you thought the same thing or what.
Something about those week one Colts. They haven't won since, I think, 2014 in week one.
Especially in division on the road. They played about how I thought they were going to play.
Gosh, I was really expecting great things from them.
But if history continues like they haven't for 7 years, 8 years now, week 2, especially under Frank Reich, usually is a get right game.
Yeah, they have all the talent in the world. I just really expect huge things from them and haven't seen any of it.
How about those Browns last week, Coach? I've been dying to talk to you about them.
Look, let me tell you, you guys were on the wrong side of that. You were. Baker did all he could. The dadgum Panthers
did do that.
Are terrible. Baker, but I can't even believe I've turned myself into rooting for Baker or taking up for him ever. But he did last week. He did everything he could to win that game. Yeah. And I thought he should, but gosh, man, that's.
Well, I mean, he waited till the fourth quarter to do it. I mean,
he did wait till the fourth quarter. That's right.
We might have been on the wrong side, Coach, but those tickets did cash.
I understand. You guys, congrats to you guys. Both of those teams are garbage. And now I hope they both lose every game.
Both these teams.
Today, I hope so too, because I've got the Jets today against the Browns.
Yeah, which is a bold strategy. I saw that earlier, and you talked these guys into that. Man, any money on the Jets just it just hurts my heart to even say it at a window.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bet on the Jets because they like
That's
it.
How you know it's the bet to make.
Well, they ask you 2 or 3 times to make sure because no one else does it. I mean, you serious? The Jets.
Yeah, the New York
Coach,
Jets.
I'll tell you.
The
If you
goddamn
listen,
Jets, yes.
if you listen to yesterday's live stream, Coach, I believe Will and Eric said sometimes you got to make the bet that makes you vomit in your mouth just a little bit that nobody else is making, and that's how you win.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys are doing it, and my hat's off to watching it. I can't wait to see it today. I'm not going to walk out on the plate with you on that one, but
I trailed Will and Eric last week, and I know I didn't trail all of Will's picks that he made in total on Sunday, but I came out at 14 units ahead. So
that's nice, man. And I have no doubt that you guys are doing quality stuff. I just think there's other games on the board that are better.
Besides Jets at Browns.
Yeah, Jets and Browns. I'm going to wait till about week 10 before I'm really scraping the Jets and Browns game. I'm going to go ahead and
Jacoby Brissett. That's exciting football.
No, it's not. There's nothing exciting about that. It's exciting to turn on in a commercial and see what's happening and turn back.
Ooh.
There's some great games, though. There really is.
Mm-hmm.
I found
Which
a
one are you most
concise.
excited for?
Yeah. What do you got, Coach? Which game are you looking at today?
All right. Well, last week I was with you guys 1,000,000% against the Jets. I thought that was the best lock on the board. We had what was it, Baltimore against the Jets, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And man, that I just thought that was so easy. I thought that was really easy money. This week, as I'm looking down through the board, man, there's some really good ones. If you come back to me, let me look at this for a second.
I do love this slate. Well, while you're thinking, I got a quick, concise injury report from Ari Mirov at My Sports Update on the Twitter. Out, unlikely to play Kamara, Kittle, Pittman. We knew that. Trending towards playing Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette, DeAndre Swift, Allen Lazard, Kadarius Toney, Mark Ingram, Jameis Winston, and T. Higgins. Hey, we like that. T. Higgins might save our ass in the trenches league, buddy.
Hey, tell me this, Eric, really quick. So you got Mike Evans on your roster. He's iffy, but you're maybe without Julio Jones. Are we starting Mike Evans every single time? Is that a guy you're going to die on the hill with?
If you can avoid starting Mike Evans against New Orleans, you should always do that. He has a real issue with Marcus Lattimore. The dude, I can look up the numbers, but I can tell you they're not good.
Is that a Saints Brady thing, or is that an Evans Lattimore thing? I was curious about that.
I think it's what do you think, Will? I think it's like a personal hot rivalry between the two. They just hate one another. You see late shots.
Sean Payton? Is that what Sean Payton's not there now, so it's different?
I think you're right. I think it is the matchup, just the hate between the two people. But I'm so curious in this game because of the Sean Payton effect of him not being there. Everyone wants to point to how Brady struggled with New Orleans in his career, especially with being in Tampa. But we're going to see what a Jameis Winston against this Bucs defense without having Sean Payton in his headset. So we're going to find out how that goes.
In 10 career matchups between the two, Evans averages 1.5 receptions and 26.6 yards per game against Marshawn Lattimore. Mike Evans is such an alpha dog receiver. I can't believe anybody would. How big is Lattimore?
Who's poaching catches from Evans today if we don't have Julio or Godwin in there? And I don't think Gage is going to go either. So what does that leave them?
Julio's going to play, I think. He's going to tough.
Yeah, I think Julio is going to play.
Do you think, Will, do you think Brady is going to trust Rachaad White, the backup running back, to catch balls, considering the backups have burned him in the past? Or is he just going to want Leonard Fournette out there, even at 70%, just because he knows the guy?
Well, Fournette, even though he was doing really well last game, he hasn't been always consistent catching the ball. So if we're talking about catching, I think he'll trust White, but I think he's going to go to the big uglies, go to the tight ends. They've got so many different tight ends on the people that you don't even know their names. So I think that's what Tom's going to end up doing, using some of those quicker passes, heavier, switching between run pass options depending on what the defense is giving him, and that's what we're going to see in this game if his wide receivers are out. If Julio and Godwin are both out,
maybe a little Cade Otton first touchdown, 25-1.
There you go.
Who else we got?
What a great game that's going to be too. I mean, the Saints and the Bucs that's just going to be a fun one to watch. You're going to learn a lot about both.
Yep. And let me ask you this, Eric. Is it feel like a trap teasing Tampa to +3? Because once I saw Tampa, we got Tampa to be able to tease them to +3. I go, how's this not at worst a field goal game?
It feels like the line is there because that's what they want us to do, doesn't it?
I did it.
See Angela with the Detroit gear on. Wow, man, it's you usually see that a lot early in the season. That's good.
Hey, we're a Dan Campbell fan podcast now.
Yeah, we are Dan Campbell positive around here. Absolutely.
And Rodrigo. Did we forget about Rodrigo?
Oh yeah,
oh.
Rodrigo.
We love Rodrigo, man.
Yeah, let's
what
look
do you
at that.
What do you guys think in that game?
I'm hoping that they were just really pissed that they lost last week because that was their normal problematic shit show thing. But hopefully this will be okay. I want them to win.
The problem with the Lions is that we love them and they're America's team this year, and I really think Hard Knocks did a lot for them, and money's coming in on them. But they're still the Lions, as my buddy Coach would tell us. They're still the Lions on accident. They didn't trip and change.
Yeah,
so.
It's true.
Yep, you can dress.
Well, we've been watching Rodrigo since he was a sophomore in college. I've been watching that guy for a while.
Oh, he was a stud in high school.
That kid is a heat-seeking missile.
He was a quarterback in high school a little bit, and man, he could play then.
He was one of their best wrestlers in Oklahoma.
Yeah, he didn't look like he does now, but man, he can play.
He put on a couple pounds since he came to the NFL.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, enough of the Rodrigo slobbering. Let's move on to stuff that matters.
All right. K-Dot and touchdown will pay you $78 on $3. How do you not do that? I mean, K-Dot. It just sounds like a football guy. Let's talk about Patriots Steelers, Will. Najee's going to play, but I'm so uncomfortable with that situation that I traded him from my dynasty team. He has a Liz Frank thing, but apparently it's not that bad yet. TJ Watt is on IR with the partially torn pectoral. Boy, that's got to feel good. Spillane and Highsmith both going to play. So don't count the Steelers defense out completely. They still have some dudes. Weather 75 and clear, 8-mile-an-hour winds. There will be no weather issues. I think it's Patriots -2.5.
Yeah, and this game open pick'em, and this is another one of those ones no one wants to bet on the Patriots because half the fans out there, or not fans, half those sports fans out there want to root against the Patriots, but this just tells you that the Vegas believes in Bill Belichick in this one and him bouncing back, and his career success over Tomlin also probably plays a factor into this. And I think the TJ Watt, I don't usually like to just focus on one guy and say that this is what's going to make or break a game. But I mean, we saw that the Patriots offensive line is struggling, and their offense, I mean, it looked good at the beginning of the game. Unfortunate interception in the end zone. And after that, they couldn't do much. They weren't picking up different blitzes where you had Mac Jones get that strip sack for a touchdown. So clearly they're struggling. So you would want someone like TJ Watt in there to blow everything up. But the fact that he's not there, I think that really helps New England. New England actually didn't play all that bad in that game. The score is a little deceiving. Their offense struggled, but the defense played really good. If you take away that stupid 4th and 7 right before half, that Waddle was able to get that little skinny post and cut through some people and score a touchdown. I mean, they only gave up 3 points.
On a fourth down, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they only gave up 3 because the other touchdown came from they gave up 6 points. They gave up 2 field goals because the other touchdown came from that strip sack on defense. So Patriots defense is playing all right, and I don't think anyone's really afraid of Pittsburgh's offense. So I think this is going to be an ugly game, but clearly some people with some big money think the Patriots are going to win this by a field goal.
If anybody's out there on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, you guys jump in the live chat. If anybody's got any questions about their lineups this week, just throw the chat in there, and we'll break down your league, and we'll give you your start and sits right now, live, right before we kick off.
Fantasy props, whatever you want to do. Like DeAndre Swift rushing yards is set at 58.5. I don't see how he gets there on a pitch count.
So you like Jamal Williams? Is he gonna be in and live?
I love Jamal Williams today. Now that you bring him up. Yeah, if you're looking for a flex option, Jamal Williams, you could do worse.
Could you start, and I'm just curious, this is a question for Eric and probably Coach. If you have Dillon and Jones in your lineup today, can you start them both? Is that feasible, Eric? Is that how we're going to roll?
One could, because I think Aaron Jones is going to be one of the main passing options, and A.J. Dillon is going to get rushing attempts more so than he did last season. We saw him put up, 20 and a half PPR points last week. So he's in the game plan. Matt LaFleur, before the season started, said they're 1A and 1A running backs. And they both did a joint interview and said their goal this season is to both make the Pro Bowl. So I think they're going to be integral. You could get 20 points out of each, especially against the Bears. I mean, they're not going to let off the gas this week, especially off a loss.
Shout out to Heather from Shouse in the House, a good fan of this show. She's got a question here for Coach. Coach, you want to read that and answer?
Good morning, Heather.
I'm ready. What is it?
Can you see it up on the screen there, brother?
No.
Right on your computer screen?
Click on the comments where it says comments. Click on that.
These books aren't Jamal Williams touchdowns. They're afraid.
Gosh, it's an internet sensation.
It is an internet sensation.
Well, I tell you what, I learned a valuable lesson yesterday. I've got to set some parameters on the hours that I got to shut the eating off about 7. Things get a little dicey if things start happening after that hour. It's a point of no return is what I've deemed it. So about 7, you tiptoe into the 8 o'clock hour, you're tempting fate. So I'm learning.
I gotta finish these, baby. It's my power hour.
I'm learning, and I'm almost I'm getting there. I'm getting a little better every week. I've just been on it a week, so I'll tell you, tomorrow's the big weigh-in. I'm in a contest, which I will tell you, again, in these contests, I'm usually about, well, I can tell you I've never lost one. I've been in 3, and I've won all 3 of them. So I think I'm going to win this one, although there's some really stiff competition. They did go ahead and break it down by percentage instead of total. So, it's going well.
We're going to need some video footage on these weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I'll go ahead and disclose to you guys, I started out at a plump 249, which is I'd love to tell you it's the largest number I've ever been, but it's not.
You're playing weight for a linebacker?
Because some things, yeah. Only problem is I'm not
that
playing
not.
anything. No, I got
not at his height.
There's some tough times about a year back. I got up to about 261, but I need to be walking around about a felt 215, 220, and that's what I was before. Some things happened, and I kind of lost control. Did a little Jesus take the wheel, and it got me to 261. So we're trying to get control of it and steer back to the, like I said, I'm a good weight for me is about 220, 215. That's where I need to be, and that's where I'm headed back to at a rapid pace. I will be glad to report to you guys next week. I'll have a lot more information because, like I said, it's today, Sunday. Today is the weigh-in day. So later today, I'll have some more information, let you know how it's going. I know I did sneak a little peek on the scales, and I know I'm down 8. So life is good. I'm moving in the right direction. I've got the certs greased, and we're going the right way. So
hey, it doesn't matter, Coach, why you gain the weight, but for the next probably 5 years, I think we're safe to say COVID. COVID did it.
Yeah. Well,
yep.
We paid enough money,
as you guys know, things are
society to use that.
Yeah. No,
I agree.
I gained it, and I could definitely say that, and it wasn't COVID, but that's okay, man. It's good. It doesn't matter why. I just got to get rid of it. Kind of like an ugly girlfriend. Doesn't matter why you got them. You just got to get rid of them.
Who are you starting? What's your starting meal, and what's your flex meal, and what meals are you benching?
Gosh.
What did you give up? Soda?
Oh, I love this.
Here, I was fixed to tiptoe into some Dallas, but that's okay.
What meals did you have to put on the trade block that you're most upset about?
Pretty much all of them. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and tell you
all my Alvin Kamara's meals are gone.
There was anything I was going to was not legit, and I've had to curb the I was on the John Daly 12 Diet Cokes a day kind of situation. I love Coke Zero. Coke
You also
Zero
got to
and
smoke 30 cigarettes to offset those. Though.
Coke Zero and the Diet Dr. Pepper is a go-to for me, and it's really hard. And okay, this is going to sound terrible, but I literally try to do one a day, but I've cut it down to a maximum of 3. And so, I don't do any more than that. But I was eating not good things, and I've had some success before on the whole low carb and stuff like that. But this deal's just different, and it was something different than I've never tried before. And I committed to 14 days of it, and I'm about halfway through, and it hasn't been as hard as I thought, because some of the stuff, when I started the low carb deal before, some of the stuff I had to give up, I really loved, and there's some things on this that I love oatmeal. I love oatmeal, and I love cereal, and both of those you can do the right way if you do it. You use the right things, and those carry me through. I really struggle to get enough plants and vegetables in my diet anyway, so it's been good. I do a lot of shakes, which are filling. They're really filling, and so anyhow, I don't want to.
It sounds like you're really trying to sell yourself on this. I'll be honest with you.
And I was like, "Who are you trying to convince,
honestly,
me or you?"
Every day I get up, that's the first hard sell I have to make, because I'm like, I really just look in the mirror and go, "What? How do we get here, and why are we doing this?"
Who's officiating? Who's the official in this whole deal? Is that Miss Coach?
Yeah, she's the one that started this off a documentary. She watched the documentary, and she said, I'm doing this. I think you should do it too, but you don't have to, because I'm going to win this competition, because she's in it too. And I was like, well, I can either get on board or not. If I don't, it's going to be miserable. So anyhow, I committed to 14 days. Hey, Bryson.
There you go. I think that's going to pay off for you in the health department and in the domestic affairs.
No, I'm in it to win it. And I can tell you, at the end of 14 days, we're going to face a real hard decision here, whether I keep going or I just go a different route. But man, so far things are going good. I
can tell the audience right now that if Miss Coach is the one officiating this, he's on this diet. No, he's on it. It's no bullshit. He's not waking up at midnight and eating a tomahawk ribeye.
No, I'm on it. I'm on it, and that hurts because I'm a guy that loves. You guys know. I mean, we've spent the last year and a half talking about nothing but great food that I love, and
barbecue makes its way onto most episodes.
Well, I've never been down to Oklahoma and stayed at Coach's house without
get this,
a cow and a pig before I come back.
I mean, I grew up on a farm. I grew up on a ranch. We raised our own. I mean, so no, she made a barbecue sandwich yesterday out of jackfruit.
It's not a barbecue sandwich.
No, you're right. It's not. But let me just tell you, I was impressed. It was not bad. It could be because she made it so hot it torched my insides, but it was very surprisingly edible. So
surprisingly edible is the best review he can give.
Yeah.
For the jackfruit barbecue sandwich.
I'm not kidding.
It
had the same texture and everything.
I feel like we're in Ulta dumpster diving right now on some jackrabbit barbecue. This is all right. Let's bring us back online.
While we were discussing Coach's dining habits, I checked MyBookie, Bovada, Prize Picks, Underdog, and Sleeper, and none of them have the balls to post Jamal Williams rushing totals. Not one. Jamal Williams is going to have it. That's how you know Jamal Williams is about to have himself a day. Because they'd set that at 59 or whatever, and he would smash it.
Guys, I hate to cut it short, but I'm going to have to go here in a minute. I just want to ask Will if we can.
That's not what she said.
He left. I just wanted to ask one question. What do you guys take on this debacle in Dallas? I really want it. That's the game on the board that I love. I think I love Cincinnati.
I think.
Yeah, you love Cincinnati.
I think we're looking at 44-10.
I think so too. I think this is the game where it just really we set torches to the campsite and everybody around it and watch it burn. What do you think, Will?
Did you hear that question, Will?
Dallas and Cincinnati. That's the hot take today from the coach.
Oh,
how bad is that?
I think it's gonna be close. I do have one fantasy question real quick for Eric because I think I'm gonna have to hop off here in a second. Chris, you mind if I'm gonna share a screen? Is that okay?
100%. Let's go.
All right. I'm in a pickle. I just realized I'm in a pickle here. So I started Juju, which was terrible, right? And my next one that I was going to start was Pittman. Well, Pittman is clearly out. So now I got Julio, who might be questionable. My only other wide receiver is Mike Williams, who already played, which would have been great if I played him. That dude went off.
Why didn't you call me Thursday? Thursday. Mike Williams was a start here.
Well, I had Pittman and Juju in. I thought Juju was going to have a better game than Pittman. Or than Mike Williams. Yeah.
And back then we thought Pittman was 100%.
So that's where I got screwed over. So what I'm saying to you is, if Julio gets a scratch, who do I drop Julio for and pick up here? I mean, this is my option. Adam Thielen? Thielen it? Are we Thielen it?
Ooh.
It's a good one.
We put Thielen on our team in a draft.
He's on my team.
Yep. I was pretty excited about Thielen coming into the season because he's got O'Connell coming from Los Angeles, who throws it inside the 5 more than anybody, or at least he did last year. And the Vikings had a 21% success rate on runs inside the 5. So they're probably looking to throw the ball close to the goal line, I think, this year more. And Thielen's an end zone guy.
Or do I go big boom bust and go Devontae Smith?
Ooh. I asked Sean Green of Sports Gambling Podcast Network yesterday because he's on our trenches team, and he said he predicts 4 for 65. He thinks they'll force the ball to Devonta Smith a little bit this week.
Okay.
However, as we discussed earlier in the week, AJ Brown lost his dog, then he changed his Twitter avatar to Planet of the Apes. So he's looking to possibly have a bigger game than last week.
You don't mess with a man when he's lost his dog.
No, you do not.
Well, we also have the fact that Philadelphia is giving up 26.4 points on average to receivers, and you got Thielen and Jefferson coming in. And they're the 25th. They're ranked number 24 in the NFL against points with receivers.
And Thielen didn't have a good game last game. So I kind of like these guys that have done it before, kind of the stars. If they've had a bad week, kind of look at them to turn around, bounce back the next week.
Yeah. I mean, on a Sunday morning at 7:30, Eric, Thielen's not a bad option.
No, I like him.
Let's pull him off. Yeah, I mean, you got lucky there. You got to give.
Even if, and then if he has a big game this week, you can choose to just hang on to him or trade him for more value than free.
Oh, that's such an Eric move.
Yep. I traded Najee Harris in the Dynasty League, and then I picked up his backup just in case he limps off the field today. Maybe I can double dip that
Eric
situation.
will pick up a receiver, and then 8 hours later, turn that receiver into a flex running back. And this guy was just sitting on the bottom of the wire. So you pay attention to that.
Yep. Pat Freiermuth was my real trump card last year. I don't know why. Coming out of Penn State onto the Steelers, young QBs love the tight end.
All right, I'm gonna take off. Thanks for having me, guys. This has been fun. Maybe hopefully I'll be able to hop on here with you guys maybe each week. We'll see.
Yeah, man. You're welcome anytime.
We love you over here, Will.
Yeah. Oh, I love you guys too. And hey, everyone out there that's watching, make sure you check out. We're live Saturday mornings too, real early. We're doing our football super podcast where we're picking 5 picks against the spread, where we're trying to win that top prize of $200,000 over on Bet Online. So come watch us each week, how we make our picks and where we disagree and agree and how we settle it out and come up with our ultimate 5 picks against the spread. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, Will, where are we at right now, brother?
We're at 268. So we're in the money, actually. There's about 10,000 people that entered that contest. We're at number 268. We went 4-1 last week. And then we lost on Thursday Night Football by a backdoor cover thanks to the hook. That sucks.
We're going
to go 4-0 today. So yeah, exactly. On 2
should be 8-2.
We're going to be 8-2 after today. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, I got to go. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Have a great Sunday.
See you, Will.
Boy, one day I hope to be as good as reading and reciting promotional stuff as Will at gameon.locals.com.
Hey,
he's so good. We can do his.
What
I got a jet, but I do want to know, man. Cincinnati and Dallas, that's my game of the week. I think that one is the one that looks so odd to me. Are they still trotting out the Rush kid in Dallas?
Cooper Rush. I don't think they're going to make any move there. What they should do is bring Andy Dalton back. He already knows the playbook, and he's a
Red
ginger.
Rifle. Yeah.
Isn't Andy Dalton isn't he starting in New Orleans? He's starting today.
He might have
Jameis
to play.
Winston doesn't go.
Jameis is going to play. He's got some back issues. Yeah, they might need him. I doubt they're willing to trade him because, they still got scam artist Taysom Hill down there. They're paying him like a quarterback. Why don't you make him play quarterback?
Man, that's going to be a good game too. But I like Cincinnati laying the 7. I think Dallas is really going to implode. I think today is the day that they start realizing what kind of dumpster fire they're sitting on down there. So anyhow, you guys have a good one. I'll holler back at you later on. I got to go.
Coach, enjoy your plants, brother.
Sounds good, Coach.
I will, man. I'll see you guys later today for sure.
All right. Have a good one. All right. I got a first half parlay here that would pay $239.58 on a $5 wager. Tell me how this possibly loses. The Washington this is first half. Commanders win the first half. If it's a tie, then it's a nullified bet. So tie is not a loss. And then we got Bucks Saints under 21.5 first half. We got Raiders minus 3.5 first half. I think they're going to blow the Cardinals out. Jets and Browns under 20 first half. I don't see how they score points. They don't even have a quarterback in that game. And then Tennessee Buffalo Titans first half plus 255. That's the tricky one. Will really got me motivated and excited about the Titans this week. He thinks they can win that game outright in Buffalo. That might be our game of the week. That's a Monday nighter, though. Ooh, I'm going to have to sit here and look. If those first 4 hit, then all I have to do is take Buffalo first half if I want to hedge it. But I'd never do that. Come on.
You absolutely would.
Right.
Yeah. I'm all about guaranteed profits. What games didn't we get to? Seahawks at 49ers we didn't talk about much. George Kittle and Elijah Mitchell are out. The cornerback Ward, he's also out with a hamstring. The 49ers are like week 9 level beat up in week 2. That's classic Niners, dude. Seahawks healthy other than Jamal Adams, who tore his quadricep muscle last week. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Yuck.
Will brought up the movie 2 for the Money the other day, and then it was in my head, so I had to watch it. And at the beginning, Matthew McConaughey breaks his leg, and that's why he can no longer play football. He's like, at first I thought I could tape it up and still play, and then I puked. I think that's what I would do if I tore my quadricep muscle. I would throw up and then pass out. That sounds like does your brain even process what just happened?
No way. Well, how do you think a torn pec feels? That can't be good.
I don't even want to feel that. I do want to say that Justin Herbert sure gutted out a rib injury. And I mean, he gutted that out. In fact, he gutted it out so much. I just want to give him a shout out.
I think he's our top leader in the clubhouse right now.
He is the top leader.
Bad dude of the week.
Yeah, he's a bad man. Yeah. Corn Pop, he was a bad dude. So Justin Herbert, you don't want to meet him out by the shed.
No, okay? You do not.
Even if him in the face, he's still coming.
Even if you hit him with a bat in the ribs first, he's going to beat your ass.
Oh my God.
It might take him the whole game, but he will do it. Yeah, definite leader in the clubhouse this week. Somebody's going to have to do something pretty extraordinary to oust Herbert, who came back on the road in Kansas City in a primetime game with, I don't know, a cracked rib, 4 broken ribs, severed spine. I don't know, but he was.
We'll have to see. Did he play hockey ever? It sounds like he might have.
Perhaps. Yeah, he was probably like, it's just an upper body injury.
Right.
I'll be fine.
Right. Let's roll.
Texans at Broncos. Broncos wide receiver KJ Hamler is out. Hartford's own Quinn Miners still working his way back, and linebacker Randy Gregory is probable. Texans, other than a couple tertiary guys, they're good to go. I got to use the word tertiary in a sentence today. That's not bad. Beautiful day in Denver. Sunshine and a little breeze. I can't wait till it's snowing out there. I think Texans at Broncos. Russ lost last week. Maybe he's going to look to really run up the score against the poor Houston Texans. You always want to back a Denver team early in the season at home because these other guys, they're not used to playing at altitude. That's what Sean and Ryan always say, and they're smart guys. I mean, they win money, so I try to listen to them.
We win money too over here at Patriot Sports Radio.
We're putting together a nice little network of people, man. Our new writers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Go check out www.patriotsportsnow.com. We have got a couple of new writers that are blogging for us, and they are phenomenal.
Jason Grad went 5-1 last week with his college football picks. I don't know what he did this week.
That's the gift that keeps on giving. That's amazing.
I just don't have the time or the energy to learn college football. There's so many conferences, so many teams. I'm looking at NFL just trying to keep up with who tore their pectoral.
He also went 4-1 on Sunday. So he went 5-1 on Saturday, 4-1 on Sunday. He went 3-1 yesterday.
12-3. Is that good? Is that good?
Maybe he gets the corn pop.
Yeah, he's about to get the corn pop.
We might have to buy like a barber's razor or cleaver or something for sharpest dude of the week. Look at Angela muting herself when she coughs. What a vet.
Shout out to Mrs. Producer, PSR producer is probably watching. We might need a meat cleaver, honey, or something like that from on the old Walmart order so we can give it up.
She's the props specialist. We have to give props to the props specialist.
What else we got?
Will says all you need to know about college football is my Washington State University Cougars can't be stopped.
Washington Huskies -2.5 first half last night. That's what Will said. Will said bet your mom's house with her in it. And it was 22-0 at the end of the half. I don't know. I turned it off when it was 22-0 because I said, okay, we got this. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. The Michigan State defense could do nothing. I don't know what happened to Michigan State. Were they not? They've always been an okay football team. They looked like a high school squad out there.
Sparty. Hey, look at Miss Producer out there saying she says she's on it. So we got to be careful what we ask for. We will have meat cleavers down here.
That woman's a badass.
12 meat cleavers show up.
She's got the emojis going. I don't know if that's good or bad. That's not good sometimes.
I love her so much.
Message.
Oh, that's good. Cardinals at Raiders. Andy Isabella and Rondale Moore will miss this game. Cardinals pass attack is at less than half strength right now. Hopkins is suspended for the first 6 games for using the stuff that enhances your performance. Probably total accident. Is he the guy who said that he used like a hemorrhoid cream or something? I can't keep track of all their stories. Zach Ertz is probable. JJ Watt is questionable, but JJ Watt is JJ Watt. He's probably going to be out there at half strength. I don't know. He's JJ Watt though,
which is better than most.
He's fucking out there chopping wood right now, getting all psyched up, convincing himself that like the Raiders did something to his family. So he'll be motivated.
Don't you just want him to come home? Come home. Come home.
I really thought when he left Houston, he was going to maybe make his way up here. That would have been fantastic.
No.
Wait, just the money you'd make in jersey sales alone would have been worth paying him to come here. Raiders, Brandon Bolden probably out, but that's about it. Weather, it's inside, so it's a controlled 72 degrees. There will be sporadic heaters.
I'll tell you though, the Raiders are a well put together squad, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're gonna have a hard time. Arizona's gonna have a real hard time today.
I think the Raiders are gonna score a lot of points.
Do you like Zach Ertz in this matchup? Do you like him at the tight end position on a premium league?
If he's good to go, you're gonna have to keep an eye on him. Because he's probable, questionable. Did he play? He played the whole game last week, but he didn't do much till the second half. He had a lot of garbage time points in the second half. He's got a calf injury. Depends on your other options, I'd say. But, I mean, tight end is such a gross position that he's startable if he's active. Yeah. I mean, Taysom Hill was the number 3 tight end last week, so you're not getting a lot out of your tight ends.
Our boy over at Game On says, a Watt questionable on the injury list? It must be Sunday.
Yep.
You're absolutely right, Will. That's 100%.
Watt is questionable and Julio is a game time decision. It is oh my God.
This producer comes through with the hatchet.
Yes.
Do I just smash this into the table?
I love it.
Yeah, the hatchet, man. We'll come up with some good hatchet stuff. We'll come up with some good hatchet puns there.
Hey, We're just getting used to this live thing, guys. Hang out with us. We're gonna get good by week 5. This will be hopping.
Yep. Football skins. We talked about that, Gabe. Careful with Swift. That's indoors, so scattered punches with drunk tank levels reaching near capacity. Bucks at Saint, who's not hurt in this one. Mostly drunk with a 90% chance of face paint down in New Orleans.
I got a question. So we have the Niners with Mitchell Hurts.
Niners, dude.
A very decent weather in San Francisco. I don't think it's going to rain. Do we like Brandon Ayuk today?
I think you kind of have to. It's just him and Debo in the passing game if Kittle's not going to play. I've heard the fantasy bros saying good things about Ayuk, but he's got a complicated relationship with Shanahan. Shanahan's always ripping him in the media. I don't like that.
No, leave the kid alone. The kid, he ran
he's
wild.
He's a talented guy.
Yeah. And you're going to have Debo. He might be carrying the ball a little bit. So we might have Ayuk streaking down the sideline all day.
Yeah. I was trying to find prop bets on Debo rush attempts because I think he's going to get 5 or 6 of them at least today. But that's another stat they're afraid to post.
Does that quarterback over there scare you, Trey Lance? Does he scare you a little bit? You like him?
I think he's pretty bad at football. I think he's pretty bad. I like the Trey Lance unders. Ooh, motion. Ring says the child is up. How about that? That's what they do, kids. They wake up, they want food and things. Every day, like multiple times a day. Feed me. Are you kidding? 365?
Can't get ahead of it.
No. Laundry, dishes, and food. There's no way to get in front of those things.
Hire a guy.
Games we didn't. What am I reading? The comment. Oh, I got my Word doc over the comments.
Oh. No, it's right here on the screen. I put it up there for you.
Oh. I like the Niners, dude, says Will in this game. But wow, Seattle +3 first quarter. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. I think
that's
Seattle
sneaky. Way to go, Will.
Game. I think Seattle could win this game. I mean, they're motivated. And I think Trey Lance is bad, and it's going to rain. So I love that first quarter bet. Absolutely.
Boy, Pete Carroll chews that gum and hands it to Jacoby again, and Jacoby puts it in his mouth and gets that miracle gum going. It's over.
It's a bad day to be a pack of extra.
It's over.
For sure. For sure. I think we're pretty much up to speed. We can talk about the Packers-Bears game, Sunday Night Football.
All right, let's break it down.
New Bears wide receiver Velus Jones is still out. Alex Leatherwood, who they overpaid for, like they could have let him just clear waivers and got him for almost nothing, but they had to pick him up even though nobody was going to. Michael Lombardi was making fun of him for that. I enjoyed that. What do we got? Word around the campfire is Alan Lazard is going to play. He's coming back from an ankle injury. He was stepped on at practice right before the season started. Thanks a lot, whoever did that. Bakhtiari listed as questionable. Who the hell knows? He was limping around. I saw there was a video going around the Twitter sphere about him after practice. He was limping back to the locker room. And then I saw a dude, I mean, it's Twitter, so it's factual for sure. A guy who said, I'm a physical therapist, and that limp would have nothing to do with his initial injury. This has to be something new. So that's encouraging. But that guy didn't even have MD next to his name, claiming to be a physical therapist.
He probably had a stone in his shoe. It's okay.
I would love for that to be the case.
Will, he says, Eric, your favorite teaser for today. Do you got any? Are you on a teaser?
I have
today?
one in. Will's a good teaser guy. I would love a suggestion on one from Will.
I wish John.
Well, what do you want?
I want to know what John thinks about the Bear game.
Who do I mean, if
you hear me? I just called it the Bear game.
It's the Packer game. They're playing the Bears.
Okay. Noted. Heard.
A guy could go Commanders +6. And then Seahawks +15. Bengals -1. What do you think about that, Will? Seahawks +15, Bengals -1, Commanders +6. I think I like that.
It looks like I got it pulled up here, Eric, on the screen. It looks like he's got Tampa Bay plus 3.5, New York Jets plus 12.5, Tennessee plus 16 at plus 155.
How does Tennessee plus 16 not come home?
Right.
Damn it,
We
Will.
will see you guys at the pay window.
Yep.
I like it. Also can go over 42.5 in the Washington-Detroit game. Facts.
I like that game. That game is
You like
5-1 to be the highest scoring game of the day. Will didn't love that pick, so I'm a little bit off it now. But those Lions games, the second halves always tend to be barn burners because they're trying to come back. And I thought that would be over when Stafford left, but old Jared Goff was slinging it around last week. So
you like Curtis Samuel for a touchdown today?
Yeah, I think the coach brought him in to do that. Like he brought him over from Carolina with him, with the intention of using him. So what are the odds on a Samuel?
What are the odds on a Samuel touchdown?
Let's see. He had one last week, and then the rookie had 2. Jahan Dotson, don't call
Johan,
me.
yep.
Who was the last guy they had that sounded exactly like Jahan Dotson? Josh Doctson. Yeah.
Yes.
Jahan, don't call me Josh. That's what I'll do. The don't call me thing is becoming a thing. I don't know if that's going to be a thing.
And I'm all over Lazard today. If he's healthy, I think Rodgers is that's the duo.
If he's out there healthy, relatively that's 10 targets, I think.
I also like Tanyan if he's out there healthy. These new receivers need to build some rapport. Aaron Rodgers is very much a trust guy. He's very mental when he plays, and you drop a couple balls, and that just sticks with Aaron.
Yep. He does not like that. It takes him a long time to forgive you for that.
Just ask Stonehands MBS. He'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Oh, that's only 51. Let's see about receptions. Trying to build a little Curtis Samuel bet here.
I'll tell you this, Will is hyper right now. He is bringing the stuff. If you got balls, tease New York Jets plus 12.5 with Atlanta plus 16. Also can tie any teaser to Green Bay and get them to -4.
Now what if I add the over? So Curtis Samuel, 5 receptions, 51 yards, and a touchdown, pays plus 425. Now, if we add in the over in that game, it will give us over 48.5. That bumps it up to, and this is where I get in trouble, 1,400. So 14-1 if you add in the over. There's $5 going on that. Why not? Right? $5 will net you what, 75? I like that. I like that a lot. You know what? I'm going to take the receptions down to 4. That's where I get burned. I get greedy with the stats.
Hey, what platform are you using to make these bets? And kind of explain a little bit to our listeners how you do that.
This is the prop builder on my bookie. Bovada has the same one. Our governor, Evers, doesn't like fun, so he doesn't allow us to play on DraftKings or FanDuel or anything like that. He feels like extra tax dollars are just, he doesn't have room for him. You know, he sees what Colorado's doing and he's like, I don't want any part of that. So we have to buy Bitcoin and send Bitcoin over to God knows where and make our bets there. But what I'm doing is a player prop parlay. Easy for me to say, where you select individual statistics, and if they all come together for you, then it pays more than they individually would. Like your Curtis Samuel touchdown is going to pay plus 220. So if you bet $10, you would win $22 and come away with $32. And then these other bets are like minus 114. So on $10, you would win what, like $9 and something. You know, I could say $100 bets, but none of us are betting $100. We're regular folks. Have you seen the price of groceries? We're not betting $100. So if all these things happen, like these 3 options, Curtis Samuel a touchdown, 41 receiving yards, and the game goes over, that's 6-1. You don't even need to worry about the receptions. But if you add in the receptions, you'll get like, 10-1 or whatever. But the more stats you add, the lower the odds are that it happens. That's why they keep offering you bigger and bigger paydays the more stuff you add, because it's like a baseball player. The more pitches he sees, the more things you add to this, the better chance the book has of crushing you.
So Will says he has one that's plus 8,511 parlay for you, Eric. So
now you're stretching my lingity.
Explain to the audience what that means. What does that plus number mean for the audience?
So if it's easier to explain with $100 here, if you bet $100, you would win $8,511. So it's your money. That number is your money multiplied. So $1 would win you $85.11. $2 would win you $850. $851. Yeah. And then $100 would win you a used vehicle. So not bad.
A used vehicle 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't been car shopping in a little bit. You probably couldn't get a Honda Civic with 300,000 on it for $8,000.
You could get some new tires for your old car,
which I need to do before the snow flies. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's get this 8,500 bet in.
So here we are. We are on an underdog money line parlay. Houston, New York, and Tennessee. That is fun.
That's it.
In fact, that's going in right now.
That's all we got to do.
It looks like it.
Well, if it's that easy, I don't know why I'm working for a living. Jets, Texans, and then
Tennessee, all on the money line.
And then if Jets and Texans come through for us tonight or today, we'll have all kinds of options tomorrow to guarantee ourselves a profit by taking the Bills in various ways.
And if you hang out with us every Saturday morning, we're going to be breaking down how to sports gamble throughout the show. So Eric will be kind of explaining what we're doing, what things mean, the lingo. With all this gambling getting legalized all over America, a lot of people are wanting to try it, but it's a little bit hard to step your toes into because it's got its own vocabulary, it's actual money, it's scary. Eric's going to help you out.
It can be intimidating. Like you see all these numbers on the screen. Like right now, the number in the Patriots Steelers game just changed. Like each team to win the Steelers now pays plus 110 and the Patriots is minus 129. I don't know. They turned green and red and then changed. I don't know what they were before, but the first time you log on, even me, I was way into fantasy football and way into DFS. I was playing DraftKings every single day. Well, every single week. And I was well versed in how to use it and what everything meant. And when I first went over to the betting sites, when I realized, oh, I'm getting 8 out of 9 correct in my DraftKings lineup and I'm winning $7 when I could be making 9 $5 wagers and winning 8 of those over on this betting site. So when I first logged on to try this strategy, I was overwhelmed with all the numbers and all the options. You can bet on absolutely anything these days because it's the cool thing to do now. It's legal. It's socially acceptable. You're no longer a degenerate who lives next to a dumpster if you gamble on a regular basis. It turns out people can be responsible about it and profitable if you follow the right folks. So yeah, there will be no dumb questions on Sunday mornings. That's the headline. And maybe I don't know the answer. Sometimes maybe I have to ask Will because I'm just a few years deep into this myself.
Eric's being modest. He's the guy. If you need to know,
over-deliver.
If you need to know anything, you want to jump into this chat on our streams and ask us because Eric does have you covered.
Look at that, $374.50 on a $5 bet. All that has to happen is the Jets, Titans, and Texans win. Those are professional football teams. They've been practicing all week. What are we talking about here? All right. I got to go make breakfast for my beautiful daughter before I put any more money on football. Hashtag priorities. I'm not going to become a person who says hashtag verbally. I got to cut that in the bud. We got to get rid of that right now. How long we been going? Is it about an hour? Yeah. Not a bad little Sunday morning. Let us know what you think about this format, what we could do differently, what you like, what you don't like, all that stuff. Get in here, leave some comments. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is awesome. We'll be here every week. Do I tell you to kick the outro music? What's important is I tell you people to be good to one another because there's some assholes out there these days. Be good to each other. Okay, now outro music, I think.
Episode. In the